You're lying in bed at 3 in the morning, wide awake. Your heart's racing, you're doing the math in your head for the 100th time. How much do I actually have saved? How much do I still need? How many years do I have left? And the answer scares the hell out of you. You're 45, maybe 48, maybe 52. Doesn't matter. The panic feels the same. You've got some money saved, not nothing, but nowhere near enough. And for the first time in your life, you're genuinely afraid of what's coming. Your friends act like everything's fine. They're buying new cars, taking vacations, posting happy photos. But you see through it now. They're scared too. They've just gotten better at pretending. Here's what nobody told you when you were 25. Time moves differently when you're young. A decade feels endless. But at 45, a decade disappears in the blink of an eye. And retirement isn't some far-off dream anymore. It's right there, barreling toward you, whether you're ready or not. And you're not ready.
Welcome to the channel, where we talk real money, real habits, and real results. If you're serious about building wealth and changing your financial future, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and join a community of people actually taking action, not just watching from the sidelines.
But here's the truth they don't tell you on TV or in those glossy retirement magazines. It's not over. Not yet. You've got 5 moves to make. Do them in the next 90 days, not next year, not when things calm down. 90 days. That's all it takes to start turning this around. You might not fix everything, but you can fix enough. Enough to retire with dignity. Enough to finally sleep at night again. Ignore it, and you already know where that road leads. You've seen it, the 70-year-old greeting people at Walmart, the 75-year-old still clocking in because they have no other choice. That could be you. It will be you, unless you change something today. So I'm showing you all 5 moves right now. No fluff, no fake motivation, just what works. But first, I need to know who's here. Drop a comment below. 3 things. What country are you watching from? What do you do for work? And are you actually satisfied with where you are financially? Or are you scared, like everyone else here, pretending they're not?
This isn't entertainment. This is a community of people actually fixing their lives. So comment. Let everyone know they're not alone. Then, let's get to work. This is the Munger method. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you what works when time's running out. Let's go. Here's why 45 hits different. At 25, retirement's pure science fiction, 40 years away. Who even thinks about that? You feel invincible. You've got forever. At 35, you're deep in it. Career, maybe kids, a mortgage. You tell yourself, I'll save more when I make more. Everyone says that. Everyone believes it. But at 45, something shifts. You go to your high school reunion. Everyone looks old. You watch your parents struggle with medical bills. You check your own account balance and your stomach drops. For the first time, you realize time isn't infinite. It's slipping away, fast. And the numbers don't lie. You needed to start at 25. You didn't. You lost 20 years of compound growth, 20 years of your money making more money. That's not coming back, ever. You can't get those years back. They're gone. So now what? Give up? Keep pretending everything's just going to work itself out? No. Here's what you do. Step 1, get brutally honest about your spending. Then, cut it by 30%. Not try to spend less, not be more mindful. I mean cut it. Gone. Out of your life.
That's not enough. Not anymore. You need to be saving 25 to 30% minimum. And the only way to do that is to slash your spending hard. But I can't afford that. Yeah, you can. You just don't want to face what that really means. It means no more new car. Drive what you bought till the engine dies. Then buy something used with cash. Not a loan, cash. It means cooking at home all the time. Meal prep on Sundays. Pack your lunch like it's 5th grade again. Cancel everything. Netflix, Hulu, Spotify, that gym membership you haven't touched in months. All those subscriptions quietly draining your account every month, cancel them. Today, right now, pause this video and do it. It means cheaper vacations or no vacations for a year, maybe 2. It means shopping at discount stores, wearing your clothes until they actually wear out, not until they're out of style. And I can already hear it. That sounds miserable. I work hard. I deserve to enjoy life. You do. But you know what's really miserable? Being 72. Your body aches. You're still working because Social Security doesn't even cover your rent. That's miserable. Skipping a beach trip for a couple years? That's nothing. Every dollar you spend today is a dollar your future self doesn't have. Every time you swipe that card, you're robbing your 70-year-old self. Think about that.
That dinner out, it's not just tonight's bill, it's the compounded value over 20 years. That weekly $100 restaurant habit, at 10% growth over 20 years, that's over $100,000 gone for meals you barely remember. That car payment, $700 a month, 20 years, compound growth, that's $500,000 you'll never see. $500,000 for a car that'll be worthless in 10 years. Start thinking this way. Every purchase is a trade-off between comfort now and security later. And you've been choosing comfort for 20 years. How's that worked out? You're up at 3 a.m. doing math, scared. Time to choose differently. Here's what nobody tells you about cutting expenses aggressively. It sucks at first. The first month feels awful. You'll feel broke, deprived. You'll see your friends going out while you're eating leftovers at your desk. You'll resent it. You'll be angry. But then, month 3, month 6, something changes. You adapt. Humans are insanely good at adapting. You stop missing that stuff. You realize you were spending out of habit, not happiness. Trying to keep up with people who are also broke, they just hide it better. And then you'll see it. Your savings account actually growing. For the first time in maybe a decade, that number keeps climbing. And that feels better than any dinner out ever did. That feels like hope. Step 2. Max out every tax-advantaged account you can. 401k, IRA, HSA if you've got one. Max them out. This isn't optional. But that's like $30,000 a year or more. Exactly. That's the point. You're 20 years behind. You don't get to go slow anymore. The 401k limit is $23,000 a year. If you're over 50, you get catch-up contributions, another $7,500. Use it. All of it. That's about $2,000 a month.
Find it. Make it work. And if your employer offers a match, listen to me. That's free money. If they match 5% and you're not putting in 5%, you're literally turning down a raise. That's not being cautious. That's being foolish. Always take the free money. But I can't afford to save that much. Then you've got 2 choices. Make more money or spend less, preferably both. Get a second income stream. Freelance. Drive for Uber or Lyft on weekends. Sell the stuff you don't need. Downsize your house. Move somewhere cheaper. I don't care how you do it. That's your problem to solve. Because the alternative, it's ugly. The average Social Security check right now is under $2,000 a month, less than $24,000 a year. Try living on that. You can't. Not with rent, healthcare, food, gas, everything else. That's your future if you keep making excuses. But here's what happens if you do max it out. Let's say you're 45 and you max your 401k for 20 years. With average market returns, you'll retire with well over $1 million just from that. Add your employer match and you're looking closer to $1.5 million. Add other savings and you're set. That's a real retirement. Not rich, not luxury, but comfortable, secure, independent. You'll pay your bills, maybe help your grandkids a little, and you'll live with dignity.
That's what we're building here. But only if you actually do it. Not try, not when I can. Every single paycheck. Max contribution for 20 years, no breaks, no excuses. Move number 3. Stop trying to be clever with your investments. Buy index funds. That's it. At 45, you can't afford to gamble. You can't afford to lose half your money chasing some hot stock tip on the internet. You can't afford to panic sell in the next crash. You don't have time to recover from big mistakes. You need boring, reliable, proven. That means a low-cost index fund tracking the S&P 500. That's the entire strategy. The S&P 500 has averaged about 10% per year for decades, through crashes, recessions, wars, everything. Will it keep doing that? Nobody knows for sure, but it's the best bet we've got. And it's a whole lot smarter than trying to pick individual stocks in your spare time. I've been in this business 60 years. I've watched thousands of people try to beat the market. Almost none of them made it long-term. Even the pros can't do it consistently, and they do this 80 hours a week. So what makes you think you can? You've got a full-time job in another field, you watch a few YouTube videos, read some articles, and suddenly you think you'll outsmart the market? You won't. Nobody does. Accept it. Here's the plan. Put 90% of your money in an S&P 500 index fund. Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab, doesn't matter. Pick one with fees under 0.05%. That's basically free. Park your money there. Don't check it every day. Don't panic when it drops 20% in the crash, because it will, maybe more than once before you retire. Don't sell. Just keep putting money in, month after month, like a robot.
The other 10%? Put it in bonds. A total bond market fund. That's it. Simple, boring, and it works. Not because bonds are exciting. They're not. It's because you need a little cushion of stability. If stocks drop 40% the year before you retire, you need something that doesn't crash with them. That's what bonds are for. So your whole setup should be 90% stocks through index funds, 10% bonds. Rebalance once a year. That's it. No crypto, no gold, no individual stocks, no sector bets, none of that noise. Keep it simple, boring, and proven. That's how you win. Move number 4. Get rid of all high-interest debt, every bit of it. If you're carrying credit card debt while trying to save for retirement, you've got it backwards. You're trying to build wealth while you're bleeding money every month. It doesn't work. It can't work. Credit cards charging you 18%, 22%? Pay them off, starting with the highest rate first. Every extra dollar goes there until that balance hits zero. Go scorched earth on it. But shouldn't I invest instead? No. Your credit card's costing you 18% guaranteed. Paying it off is an 18% guaranteed return, risk-free. Show me another investment that can do that. You won't find one. Once the cards are gone, pay off car loans, then student loans, then everything except your mortgage. And speaking of your mortgage, if you're 45 with a 30-year mortgage, you'll be paying it off till you're 75. That's insane. You can't retire with the mortgage payment. Your retirement income won't support it. So either pay it off faster or downsize to something cheaper. Housing is usually your biggest expense. If you can eliminate that before retirement, everything else gets easier. Your income needs drop dramatically. Figure it out.
Debt isn't just about interest rates. It's about freedom. Debt makes you a prisoner. You can't take risks at work. You can't save aggressively. You can't even breathe. You're trapped. So break free. Kill the debt, then build wealth. In that order. Move number 5. Figure out your actual retirement number. Not a guess, real math. Most people have no idea what they'll need. They just know it's more than what they've got. Here's the rule. You need 25 times your annual spending. Want to spend $40,000 a year in retirement? You need $1 million saved. Want $60,000? You need $1.5 million. It's that simple. The 25 times rule works because you can safely withdraw around 4% a year without running out of money. Decades of research back that up. Not perfect, but solid. So, add up your actual annual spending, housing, food, insurance, healthcare, fun, everything. Be honest. Multiply it by 25. That's your target number.
Now, look at what you've already saved. What's the gap? That's what you've got to close over the next 20 years. Can you close it by saving aggressively? Great, do it. If not, you've got three options. Work a few years longer, retire at 67, 68, maybe 70 instead of 65. Not ideal, but it gives you more time to save and fewer years your money has to last. Spend less in retirement. Live leaner, move somewhere cheaper, adjust expectations. Make more money now. Better job, side hustle, whatever increases income so you can save more. Most people will need a mix of all three. That's just reality when you're starting at 45. Now, here's what you've got to stop doing right now. 3 things that'll wreck your plan even if you do everything else right. Stop number 1. Stop giving money to your adult kids. Sounds harsh, I know, but listen, you're drowning and they're asking you to carry them while you drown. You can't do both. Someone goes under, choose. Your 25-year-old wants rent money? No. Your 30-year-old needs help with a car payment? No. They're adults. They need to figure it out like you did. Here's what people don't realize. If you give them $10,000 today, that's $70,000 you won't have in retirement because of compound growth. Then, when you're broke at 70, they'll be the ones supporting you. You didn't help them. You just pushed the problem down the road and made it worse. The best gift you can give your kids, not being a financial burden when you're old. That means saving for yourself first. They've got 40 years to build wealth. You've got 20. Yours is more urgent. Save your money. Let them struggle a little. Struggle teaches lessons comfort never will. Stop 2. Stop buying new cars. People in their 40s and 50s behind on retirement, driving $50,000 cars with $700 monthly payments. Why? A car is transportation, period. It's not an investment. It's not an asset. It starts losing value the moment you drive it off the lot. And you're financing it, paying interest on something that's depreciating. That's financial suicide. Drive what you've got until it dies. Then buy something used with cash. Not a loan, cash. Something reliable, a little boring, around 10 to 15 grand that'll last another decade. That $700 car payment, that's over 8 grand a year. Keep that up for 20 years and you've spent about $170,000. If you had invested that at 10%, that's over $500,000 gone for a car. Was it worth it? Is driving something nicer really worth being broke at 70? Of course not.
Buy used. Pay cash. Save the difference. That's how you win. Rule number 3. Stop inflating your lifestyle every time your income goes up. You get a raise from $70,000 to $80,000 a year. What do most people do? Upgrade everything. Nicer apartment, better car, fancier habits. And by the end of the year, you're not any richer. You just have shinier stuff. That's why people making 200 grand end up just as broke as people making 50. They scale their lifestyle right up to their income or beyond it with debt. Here's what you should do instead. Get a raise? Save all of it. You were living fine on 70 grand. Keep living that way. Bank the extra 10. You won't miss it if you never start spending it. Bonuses, tax refunds, any extra money, send it straight to your retirement account. Don't upgrade your lifestyle. Upgrade your net worth. Now, here's the good news. It's not too late. You're 45? You still have a real shot. You've got 20 years ahead of you, 240 months for compounding to work its magic. And compounding is powerful. Even if you start late, if you save aggressively, really aggressively, you can still build $1 million plus retirement account. That's not wishful thinking. That's math. But you've got to stick with it. every month, for 20 years. No quitting. Here's what nobody tells you. It actually gets easier over time. Not at first. Those first few years are tough. You're adjusting, cutting back, saying no a lot, watching everyone else seem like they're having more fun. You'll want to quit almost every month.
But around year 4 or 5, something shifts. You look at your accounts, maybe you've got 200 grand saved, maybe 3 if you've been really disciplined, and it hits you. It's working. You can see your future. Retirement doesn't feel abstract anymore. It's real. You're not just running from being broke, you're building something. And that mindset shift is powerful. Then the last 10 years. That's where the magic happens. That's when compounding explodes. Because now you've got real money working for you. When your balance hits 500 grand and grows 10% in a year, that's $50,000 of growth in 1 year. That's more than most people save annually. Your money is now making money. That's the power of compound interest. That's the eighth wonder of the world. Not because it's flashy, but because it actually works. But here's the catch. You've got to start. Not tomorrow, not Monday. Today. Right now. Go log into your 401k, increase your contribution before you finish this video, before your brain talks you out of it. Do it now. Then, figure out your annual spending, multiply that by 25. That's your number, your target. Write it somewhere you'll see every single day. That's what you're working toward. Next, find 3 things in your budget you can cut. $300 to $500 a month. Cancel those subscriptions. Change those habits. This month, not someday. This month. Do those 3 things in the next 24 hours, and you're already ahead of 95% of people your age. Because most folks, they'll watch this whole video, feel pumped for about 20 minutes, and then do absolutely nothing. Their life won't change, and they'll be broke at 70 wondering what went wrong.
But don't be them. You're 45. You've made mistakes. You waited too long. You spent when you should have saved. You thought you had more time. That's done. You can't change that. But you can change what happens next. I can show you the path. I can give you the strategy. I can tell you what works. But I can't walk it for you. Only you can make the sacrifices. Only you can stay disciplined when it's tough. Only you can keep going when you feel like quitting. This is your moment, your wake-up call. 20 years from now, you'll either be grateful you started today or devastated that you ignored this and hoped it somehow work out. Both futures are possible. You decide which one's yours. Before you go, I want something from you. Drop a comment right now. Where are you watching from? What do you do for work? Are you financially satisfied, or are you trying to catch up like the rest of us? Because this isn't just a YouTube channel, it's a community. Real people, real problems, real solutions. Not just watchers, doers. So comment. Let us know you're here. Let others know they're not alone. And if you're serious about retiring with dignity, hit subscribe. I post every 2 to 3 days. No hype, no false promises. Just simple, proven strategies that actually work, especially when time's running out. Now close this video and take action. Log into that 401k. Boost your contribution. Make one decision today your future self will thank you for. Because your 65-year-old self, they're watching right now. They're counting on you to finally do what needs to be done. Don't let them down. Go.
And for the last part, that's the bond. The part that keeps your portfolio from crashing when everything else does. So the whole setup is 90% stocks through index funds and 10% bonds. Rebalance once a year. That's it. No crypto, no gold, no individual stocks, no sector funds. Simple, boring, proven. That's how you win. Move number 4. Eliminate high-interest debt. All of it. If you're carrying credit card debt while trying to save for retirement, you're doing it backwards. You're trying to build wealth while you're bleeding money every month. That doesn't work. It can't work. Credit cards charging 18%, 22%? Pay them off. Highest rate first. Every extra dollar goes there until the balance is zero. Scorched earth. But shouldn't I invest instead? No. Your credit card's costing you 18% guaranteed. Paying it off is an 18% return. Guaranteed. Risk-free. Show me another investment like that. You can't. So pay off the cards, then the car loans, then the student loans. Everything except your mortgage. And speaking of that, if you're 45 with a 30-year mortgage, you'll still be paying it at 75. That's insane. You can't retire with a mortgage payment. Your retirement income won't cover it. You've got to either pay it off faster or downsize to something cheaper. Housing's usually your biggest expense. If you can eliminate that before retirement, everything else gets easier. Your income needs drop big time. Figure it out. Debt isn't just about interest rates. It's about freedom. Debt makes you a prisoner. You can't take risks at work. You can't save aggressively. You can't even breathe. You're trapped. So break free. Wipe out your debt first, then build wealth. In that order.
Move number 5. Figure out your real retirement number. Not a guess, real math. Most people have no clue what they actually need. They just know it's more than what they have. Here's the rule. You need 25 times your annual spending. Want to spend $40,000 a year in retirement? You'll need about $1 million saved. Want $60,000 a year? You'll need $1.5 million. It's that simple. Why 25 times? Because you can safely withdraw around 4% per year without running out of money. It's based on decades of research. Not perfect, nothing is, but it's solid. So, calculate what you really spend in a year, everything: housing, food, transportation, insurance, healthcare, entertainment. Be honest, add it all up, then multiply by 25. That's your target. That's your number. Now, look at what you've already saved. What's the gap? That's what you've got to make up over the next 20 years. If you can close that gap with aggressive saving, awesome, do it. If not, you've got 3 options. Work a few more years, retire at 67, 68, maybe 70 instead of 65. Not ideal, but it gives you more time to save and fewer years your money has to last. Plan to spend less in retirement. Live cheaper. Move somewhere affordable. Adjust your expectations. Make more money now. Get a better job. Start a side hustle. Increase your income so you can save more. Most people end up doing a mix of all 3. That's reality when you're starting at 45. Now, let's talk about what you need to stop doing immediately. 3 things that'll wreck your finances even if you do everything else right. Stop number 1. Stop giving money to your adult kids. Yeah, it sounds harsh, but listen. You're drowning, and they're asking you to carry them while you're drowning. You can't do both. One of you goes under. Choose. Your 25-year-old asking for rent money? No. Your 30-year-old needs help with a car payment? No. They're adults. They've got to figure it out, like you did.
Here's what people don't realize. You give them $10,000 today, that's about $70,000 less you'll have in retirement with compound growth. Then, when you're broke at 70, they have to support you for decades. You didn't help them. You just delayed the problem and made it worse. The best gift you can give your kids, not being a financial burden when you're old. That means saving for yourself first before helping them. They've got 40 years to build wealth. You've got 20. Your situation is more urgent. Save your money. Let them struggle a little. Struggle teaches lessons comfort never will. Stop 2. Stop buying new cars. People in their 40s and 50s behind on retirement driving $50,000 cars with $700 monthly payments. Why? A car is just transportation. It's not an investment. It's not an asset. It loses value the second you drive it off the lot. and you're paying interest on something that's losing value, that's financial suicide. Drive what you've got until it dies. Then buy something used with cash, not a loan. Something reliable and boring for $10,000 to $15,000 that'll last another decade. That's $700 a month. That's over $8,000 a year. Over 20 years, that's $170,000, and invested at 10%, that's $500,000 gone. All for a car. Was it worth it? Is driving something nice today worth being broke at 70? Of course not. Buy used, pay cash, save the difference. That's how you win. Stop number 3. Stop upgrading your lifestyle every time your income goes up. You get a raise from 70 grand to 80. What do most people do? They upgrade everything. Nicer apartment, better car, more expensive habits, and by the end of the year, they're not richer, they just have fancier stuff. That's why people making $200,000 can end up just as broke as people making 50. They scale their lifestyle right along with their income, or worse, above it with debt.
Here's what you should do instead. You get that raise, save all of it. You were living just fine on 70. Keep living on 70. Bank the extra 10. You won't even miss it if you never get used to spending it. Bonuses, tax refunds, extra money, straight into retirement savings. Don't upgrade your lifestyle, upgrade your net worth. Now, let me tell you why it's not too late, why 45 isn't the end of the road, and why this isn't hopeless, even if it feels overwhelming. You've got 20 years. That's 240 months, 240 chances for compounding to do its magic. And compounding, it's powerful. Even starting late, if you save aggressively, like truly no excuses aggressive, you can build over $1 million in retirement savings. That's not wishful thinking, that's math. But you've got to do it every month for 20 years. No skipping, no quitting. And here's the part nobody tells you. It gets easier. Not at first. The first few years are rough. You're cutting back, saying no, watching everyone else have fun. You'll want to quit every month. But around year 4 or 5, something shifts. You look at your account and see progress. 200 grand, maybe 3 if you've been really disciplined. Suddenly, you're not saving out of fear anymore. You're saving because it's working. You can see it. You can picture retirement. It's real now. That shift in mindset, that's everything.
Then the last 10 years, that's when compounding really flexes its power. Because once you've got 500,000 saved, and it grows 10% in a year, that's 50 grand of growth in 1 year. That's more than most people save annually. That's your money making money. That's compound interest, the 8th wonder of the world. Not because it's sexy, but because it works. But you have to start. Not tomorrow, not Monday, today. Right now. Go log into your 401k. Increase your contribution before you finish this video, before your brain talks you out of it. Do it now. Then, calculate your annual spending. Multiply it by 25. That's your target. Write that number somewhere, you'll see it every day. That's what you're working toward. Now, find 3 things in your budget you can cut. $300 to $500 a month. Cancel those subscriptions. Change those habits. This month. Not someday, this month. Do those 3 things in the next 24 hours, and you'll already be ahead of 95% of people your age, because most people will watch this whole video, feel inspired for 20 minutes, and do nothing. Their life won't change at all, and they'll hit 70 wondering what went wrong. But don't be them. You're 45. You've made mistakes. You spent when you should have saved. You thought you had more time. That's done. You can't change the past, but you can change what happens next. I can show you the path. I can explain the strategy, but I can't walk it for you. Only you can make the sacrifices. Only you can stay disciplined when it gets hard. This is your moment, your wake-up call. 20 years from now, you'll either be grateful you started today or devastated that you didn't. One of those futures is coming. You choose which one. Before you go, I want to hear from you.
Drop a comment right now. What country are you in? What do you do for work? Are you financially satisfied, or are you trying to catch up like everyone else here? This isn't just a YouTube channel. This is a community. Real people, real problems, real solutions, not just talk. So comment. Let us know you're here. And if you're serious about retiring with dignity, hit subscribe. I post every 2 or 3 days. No hype, no gimmicks, just strategies that work when time is running out. Now close this video and take action. Log into your 401k. Increase that contribution. Make one decision today that your future self will thank you for. Your 65-year-old self is watching right now. They're counting on you. Don't let them down. Go.